So we're back here, D1 final. D1 final matchup coming at you here. Distortion is playing the Trade My Gun Outlaws. And in the D1 final. Now, the cool thing about watching Division 1 is you never know who is going to make it and stay around long enough, win enough tournaments, and do well enough to move up, like we just saw Baltimore Revo do, as they came in and had a pretty good showing for their first event in the Challengers Division, Todd.
Yeah, and I mean, just another testament to that Revo program out there in Baltimore. You know, they made the jump up into the Challengers Division. Revo 2 does well, comes out here and, you know, gets a title. And, you know, they had, I think they had one more team that actually did pretty well this event. But, I mean, you know, just getting to the finals out here is such an accomplishment, especially in Chicago. You know, we talk about how difficult this event is, you know, not just for the pros, but, you know, for everybody, because it's the middle of the year. So many teams are out here. And, you know, congrats to Revo 2 for getting that title here in Chicago. But Distortion coming up. Distortion is another good team out of Chicago. Trade My Gun Outlaws. They definitely have a stacked roster. We've seen both of these teams. Both of these teams used to winning as well, coming here to Chicago with high expectations. As we are almost underway.
Yeah, just a couple seconds here. We're about 20 seconds before the start of the first point here. It's a race to 5. Again, the penalties still 1-for-1s and 2-for-1s. There are no majors and minors as far as the time is concerned. And we've definitely seen penalties play a factor in the division finals so far at this event. And then after this game, we have Art Chaos taking on VCK. And VCK has already beat Art Chaos at this event. So on the breakout, 5 guns up. And huge move right now for Trade My Gun Outlaws. So Trade My Gun Outlaws, the Outlaws making it into Snake 1, past Snake 1 to Snake 2, but they lose 2 bodies right away.
Distortion getting into the 50. Snake immediately pulling 2 bodies off that Dorito side. But it looks like Distortion is going to lose 1 body, but they send 2 players charging down the Dorito side, getting into good position, coming to the temple, now advancing all the way to the 50 Dorito. I'm not sure if anybody picked up that player. Here comes the charge down the Snake. Number 18 coming in and bunkering out the player in the 50.
Yeah, so that was Parrish getting shot for Distortion. And he comes off, so still 3 bodies. No, 1 body left alive for Distortion. So bodies dropping real fast. So Trade My Gun, no, Distortion was the one doing the business over here. Distortion, Nick Bouchard, and Dela Cruz left alive to finish that out. That was a pretty close one, though. Body dropping all over the place. John Parrish got 2 confirmed kills. And before he walked off, shot by Mark Johnson. And nice work by Distortion to put the first point up on the board here against Trade My Gun. Dixon's going to hang the flag.
Dixon just waiting. See if he can get Trade My Gun Pit to blow that horn. Probably just going to camp out for a little bit. Throw some signs. And there we go.
He was actually asking for 7 pods. He's like, I need 7 pods, please.
So Distortion going up 1 early on Trade My Gun. This was the biggest divisional match that I was excited to see over here. Trade My Gun constantly in the mix.
Yeah, the Outlaws are definitely doing a really good job of constantly making it into this matchup, and then if they don't make it to the finals, they're always doing really well. So this is one of those teams that you could potentially see slowly but surely, or maybe, you know, who knows? You never know what's going to happen.
Like I think quicker than normal.
Well,
I think.
you know, they have like Cody Mikowski. He's played on Aftershock before. I mean, they have Jeremy Somm leading the charge. He was a pro for a long time. They have good support. So it's one of those franchises where you're like, maybe the Outlaws might be ready, but it's definitely going to help their cause if they win tournaments like this.
Well, Distortion is also the camp that LJ Woodley came from, Ronnie Dizon
That's
came
right. Well,
from.
Distortion's been around for a long time. So is this the Distortion that traces their lineage back that far?
Back to Houston Heat.
Actually, I think that Randy actually ran this team for the longest time. So
wow. Okay, so they just rebooted essentially with some more guys. That totally makes sense. So got about 45 seconds. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I shoot a lot of paint. It sounds simple, I shoot a lot of paint, but what that means is my gun is getting a lot of abuse, and I need it to be performing at 100% all the time because that's my weapon. I am rarely in a spot where I'm using my legs to go out and get kills. I'm relying on my tool, the extension of my arm, which is my Geo, to control people and to get kills. My name is Yosh Rao. I play for San Diego Dynasty, and this is my gun.
Outlaws on your screen right now. They are down by 1 against Distortion, so 2 high-powered Division I teams going at each other, and both teams making players into the snake, though bodies dropping again on that D side for both squads. 2 players, now in the third, and so just 2 players left alive for Distortion. So this is the Outlaws' chance to try to tie this game up.
Outlaws still with 4 bodies. They had the can doubled up on the snake side. They lose their front snake attacker. Distortion going to take advantage of that, but Mark Johnson over from the Texas Storm Camp, he jumps into snake 2 for Trade My Gun, gets his gun up across the field, and immediately gets a kill across the field. So just 1 body left for Distortion, and Mark Johnson is probably about to make him wear it. Down the snake, here he comes.
Nice job by Mark Johnson. He's been playing really well this weekend, actually. I watched him a couple games. Phenomenal.
Yeah, Mark Johnson, I mean...
So wait, Todd, is this the same Mark Johnson we've seen before?
Yes,
Okay.
Texas Storm.
Yeah, I was going to say the Texas Storm Mark Johnson.
Yeah, he's a crafty guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's not in the prime of his youth or anything, but, you know, he definitely understands how to play high-level paintball, you know. I consider picking him up for my team. You know,
yeah,
I think he's solid. You know, when I heard Texas Storm broke up, I was like, I'd take Mark Johnson. You know, Mark Johnson, he's got some moves.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
he's a sneaky.
Yeah, making it look good over there. Good timing. Aging like a fine wine.
He is, actually. He's like 50 years old, but he looked like he's 20. He's another Shane Howe.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of Shane Howe. You know, you think of those guys that still doesn't matter. They're still getting it done regardless of age. So, tie ball game right now. Just under 12 minutes to go here in this D1 final. Who's going to win this race to 5 points? And then after this, we head into the Art Chaos VCK game. And VCK has already beaten the powerhouse of Art Chaos in this event already. It was during a downpour. So they get to rematch here to see who's going to win the Challengers Division tournament. And then after that, we watch Impact taking on Houston Heat. So stick around. Tell your friends, man. You're definitely going to want to watch these games. The most important games of the tournament coming at you right now. We'll see you in just a second. So here we go. Tied up, 1-1. Distortion taking on Outlaws. Just a couple seconds to go. Looking at Distortion, running out. Wide here, snake side. And trying to get in the snake. You see by his body language he wants to go, but he's being put in. Now he switches his gun. On the flip side, looks like Trade My Gun already in there. Into the snake. And that is Davidson. So Sean Mank coming off for Distortion. It's going to give the advantage here. Davidson in the snake. And there's the D-side battle going on as Distortion made that big move up to the center. Another body coming off on that D-side. 4-on-5.
Mark Johnson coming into the snake behind Davidson right now. Trade My Gun with 2 bodies in the snake, just hammering that Dorito side.
Oh, I think Mark Johnson might have shot underneath the A.
I think he did too. Coming to look at him. If he did, that might be a penalty. Look for the... Nope.
Well, here's the highway
nice move. Oh, yeah, he was shot underneath the A. Good call, Maddie.
Davidson is making it look nice over here in the snake.
Oh, he looks like he got a shot in the leg.
You got to be careful, though.
Oh.
Yeah, so you got that shot, and there's a major penalty.
Chris just took one in the face.
Oh, man, you all right? It bounced.
Bounced.
Yeah,
You're still in. Clean player.
They always do.
And they wonder why we wear sunglasses all the time.
Wow.
But, hey, regardless, nice work here by Trade My Guns. Trade My Gun getting it done here. So 10 minutes and 44 seconds left in this matchup. And, man, Davison just wrecking shop over here, snake side.
Wow. Wow. Zinger. So good times, man. Great play right there by Johnson. I mean, amazing, amazing.
All right, so let's go to the first of the awards ceremony here. As the day is starting to close out here, Sunday competition, all the good games coming at you still. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm on the podium here with your D3 first place winners. Congratulations. I'm talking to Mark again from Absolute Chaos. How are you guys feeling?
Oh man, this is awesome. We feel great. It's about time we're up here for first place, and we played hard, we played great, and my team deserves it. I mean, they came out here with their whole hearts, and they played great. They deserve it. I have a few thanks right here.
Oh, he's got a list. He's got a list.
I came prepared this time. NCX, we practiced them in North Carolina. They're awesome. Rack City Clutch, they're all the way from Florida. We play them all the time, and they're really good guys. They help coach, and so does NCX. Then our sponsors, HK Army and Dye for awesome paintball guns and rotors we use. Then we got Glory Road Paintball. That's where we play out of. It's in Monroe, North Carolina. NBC Photography, that's Charlotte right there taking pictures right behind. And True Timber Clothing, give us awesome camouflage clothing, and Train Today with these awesome purple shirts y'all see us wearing around the field. And then we have some great help in the pits, Connie and Shiver, and then BJ McCod, Jenny McCod, Carl and Amy Webb. Without them, none of this would be possible. Amy.
All right, congratulations, guys. I got to go back to the D1 finals. Back to you guys.
So the music gets cued on his acceptance speech, and we have to get back here to the D1 final matchup. So 1-2 is the score, and it looks like
there was a major penalty actually against Distortion. They only started with 3 players. It was a major penalty at the end of that game, guys.
And so Distortion going up to that Dorito side corner, the snake side can, and the snake corner. Trade My Gun, who looked really nice that last point. Loses one body early off the snake side. Oh, loses another body off the snake side. There goes Davidson, who just had a really good game. But Mark Johnson, still so smooth and steady, creeping on into snake 3. He's gonna come in, get his gun up on the wire. Trade My Gun making moves down the Dorito side.
And now the move.
Turning the guns over towards that way.
Distortion in the snake.
Distortion coming out of that snake corner on into snake 3 to match up with Mark Johnson. There you see Johnson on your screen. As Distortion loses a body out of that snake side can.
But look at that battle of attrition right here in the snake. You know what? There could be 17 people on the field, but these 2 are the only one that matter right now.
Yeah, so Mark Johnson, Davison, and Weinrub still alive.
And Mark Johnson just so calm and collected right there. He's like, yeah, I got it, no worries. Because he knows the situation, they're up by 1. Just chill out, because they're gonna force them to make that push.
Distortion player in the snake asking for some info.
Oh, look at the shot across the field.
Oh, and there he gets him.
Damn, that was a good eye. That guy with the beard has a really good eye.
And now Mark Johnson gonna stand up over the top, put the pressure on, take 1 step over the highway.
Oh, that's a shot.
And
give him the look of death. Good job, guys. And Trade My Gun going up by another point, by 2.
So Trade My Gun. Just, I mean, they're just executing right now. I mean, that penalty definitely hurt Distortion. Starting out with 3 bodies. They held him off for some time there, but not giving away anything early. Trade My Gun. Still handling business over here, but we're going to check in with Lauren Kelly at the award ceremony.
We have your first place winners up here for D4. Congratulations, this is Vintage Paintball. How are you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
They're really excited, can you tell? Who do you want to thank?
We want to thank Vintage Paintball, Aaron Tholey, JT, and Key for giving us all the paintballs we need to get better at paintball.
All right, well, how are you guys going to celebrate?
We're going to drive all the way home.
Can I see a little excitement for winning first place?
Yeah. Come on, boys. Woo.
All right, well, Vintage, your D4 first place winners. Congratulations, guys. We will see you at the West Coast Open.
Lauren doesn't know how long of a drive it is back to Minnesota.
I mean, they still should be happy if you won a paintball tournament.
Oh, I'd be super happy.
Whatever, man. Some people just,
maybe they're just tired of slopping around in the mud the whole time.
Yeah, maybe they're just physically exhausted.
All I know is after we ate last night, I sat down next to you. I was like, we're watching TV. Yeah. That was it.
Well,
it
congrats to them either way.
Yeah, Vintage Paintball, congratulations.
Vintage.
Aaron Tholey, a pioneer in paintball. Obviously, you know, he helps a lot of people out, you know, gets these teams straight up. So, you know, hats off to him as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, right now, the advantage in Trade My Guns court in this matchup here against Distortion. With a ton of time left still, though. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in this D1 final.
Yeah, I mean, Trade My Gun with a 2-point lead, but, I mean, it's going to be back to 5-on-5 now. But Trade My Gun just seems to be executing a little bit better.
Well, before we get into this point, let's go back to Lauren Kelly here and some more of the award ceremony.
Hey guys, we now have your first place winners for D4 Race to 4. Boom, congratulations. Are you guys excited? A little more excited than the last team, maybe?
Oh, yeah. That's for sure.
Anyone you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Gorilla Air, Virgil out at Blast Camp, and Empire for their all-in program. It definitely gave us an advantage this weekend, so through all the mud and everything, it was great.
Awesome. Well, I mean, do you want to show a little more excitement here? How are you guys going to celebrate?
Oh, we're going to Portillo's, so
I'll meet you there.
That's about all we got. So, yeah, just great weekend. Definitely weathered the conditions very well, so I'm proud of everybody.
Well, apparently you guys play well in the mud and the rain, so congratulations. Your first place winners for D4 Race to 4. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hats off to them and the victory. And that's, you know, it's one of the cool things. The sponsors like Empire, for instance, have the all-in program. So if you're a team out there and you're looking to get like a complete package sponsorship, you can go to Empire and you can get head-to-toe stuff. And then if you win, you get bonuses for that. So kind of, you know, if you're good, man, or you feel like you guys had a chance and you really like that company, which you should because it's an awesome company and they're a huge supporter of the game, and they make some awesome stuff too. So here we go. Had a quick, pretty decent long break here. I think it was a timeout called. So we got 28 seconds left. We're going to find out who's going to win this D1 matchup. Murphy, Mank, De La Cruz, Hain, and Kerr on the field for Distortion. Johnson, Berkeley, Minkowski, Osborne, and Davidson. 10 seconds to go.
Here comes the countdown. Distortion. Can they get back into it here in their hometown? Represent for their home field, CPX. Look like they're going to come 3 hard towards the snake side. 3 hard towards the snake side for Trade My Gun. Oh, catching a bouncer. Oh, it broke.
Oh, wow.
Trade My Gun losing one body, but
That's
both
Fred.
teams taking the snake on the break.
Fred Berkeley taking the walk. One of their good players. He's a good insert player. Oh, another one taking a walk on the other side for Distortion.
Tyler Osborne shooting players across the field for Trade My Gun. Giving Davidson a little bit of a break. Getting some fresh wheels in there.
Tyler Osborne, no, he's not a stranger to this paintball. He's played professional teams as well as Cody Minkowski. All these guys are real good paintball players. So Distortion, they're a good team playing against another fantastic team.
Yeah, so Mike Kerr is laying down in Snake 3 for Distortion. He's got his gun up down the wire. But Osborne and Johnson now in the back of Snake 1, both shooting across the field. You know, this is the opportunity that Distortion has to make that move. Nobody's looking at the Distortion players. Over here on the Snake side,
yeah,
they got to gang up. I don't know if they haven't been watching all the action on this field, but just Snake domination. Have been winning. Have been winning the matches out here. Oh, and there goes Kerr getting shot out of the snake. No. Osborne getting shot as well. So both teams lose a body. 3 players left alive for Trade My Gun.
But Mark Johnson in the back of the snake. There's Cody Mikowski on the Outlaws on the Dorito side of the field. Oh, another player coming out for Distortion on the corner. That leaves Mark Johnson the open door to come down the snake.
Oh, Trade My Gun losing that body, running up the Dorito side. I think it might be a two. It's a 2-on-2 right now. Oh, did Johnson get shot? Yes, he did, right in the goggles. Evening it up of the snake side can.
And Cody as well taking the walk. So that's going to leave the door open for Distortion to come up within 1 point of Trade My Gun.
Making it a little interesting here.
Sean Mank with a couple key kills over there in that snake side can for Distortion. Getting the job done. I think that was Dela Cruz over there with him. Yep, Dela Cruz over on the Dorito side staying alive and working on that 2-on-3 situation. So Distortion not giving up easily.
So let's check in with Lauren Kelly down in a little bit more of the award ceremony. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Maddie. We have Chicago Outbreak here on the podium. They won second for D4 Race to 4. Guys, you were just telling me this is your first event as a team. Did you expect to come out here and do this well?
Actually, no, we didn't. We just came out. We wanted to play. Our goal was actually to make it out of the prelims. For this is huge for us. So you'll be seeing us more.
Oh, I think that's a challenge to all those other D4 teams out there. Is there anyone you want to thank before I kick you off my podium?
Yeah, we want to shout out to Badlands GI for shooting great paint for this event, and especially to our coach, Caleb Abel. He helped us out a lot. And Virtue for shooting with those spires. They shot the paint real well.
All right, well, congratulations. I want to tell you, Maddie, that they were giving me a really hard time up here, and he said he would jump into the mud. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah!
He kept the metal clean.
The metal's clean.
The metal's clean. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you. Called you back.
Now that's a celebration. That's what we want to see over there.
That was awesome. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a celebration.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's something there's nothing worse than champagne getting sprayed in your eye.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows that, but just give it a shot one time. It burns. It burns.
So 6:26 to go. We got ourselves a 1-point game here.
On the split screen breakout, Distortion on your left, TRADEMYGUN Outlaws on your right. Paulie from CPX up here in the booth with us saying, hey, Distortion's from Badlands, but give him props for making it to the finals. So that's how classy of a guy Paulie is from CPX, just letting you guys know out there.
Well, so many, I mean, this is a home field for a ton of teams. So, and I always love coming out here. So let's see who's going to win this D1 matchup. Close game, 6 minutes ago. Both of these teams have lost a body, and 4 bodies alive for each team. You're looking right now, Distortion on your screen, and they're doubling up that center stand-up.
You know, I don't like doubling that center stand-up up at all, man. You can get pinched out of there too easy. And you know, I don't think Outlaws are one of those teams that can sit back in their heels. They're a go team. They're in your face. They're a very offensive team. And sitting back like this is like Maddie, you telling me to shoot a lane. It's not going to happen. It's not. I mean, I can do it. I'm pretty bad at it, but I can do it. You know.
Well, offense pays dividends on this field, and right now Distortion is in a really good spot. They're into Snake 2.
Oh, Mark Johnson going to take the walk over here. Thank God he came out, but you know what? In the Pro League, those refs probably would have threw a major penalty. If you don't come off the field right away, man, another one going down for Outlaws. And coming up the middle is Distortion on the right-hand side of your screen, Todd. Here he comes.
And not enough. Distortion player coming up the middle is going to wear a couple in the back of the head from his own team.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because with under 5 minutes left to go, Distortion's going to grab this flag and tie it up. This is a race to 5. And Distortion going to get a check. Nick Burchard going to hang that flag for Distortion.
All right, so as that flag gets hanged up, point goes good for Distortion. 3-3 is the score, 4:35 to go. Check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I have your first place winners for D2 up on the podium, Revo 2. Congratulations guys. Is there anyone you want to thank for all your success?
We would love to thank Rick Hartman. Couldn't have done it without him. GI Sports, Planet Eclipse, Ninja Paintball, and all the rest of our sponsors. Murdertron, of course, and everyone that's helped us through the way, all our pit crew, all our teams. It's been a wonderful ride.
You know, we went out there and we gave it 110%, you know, every shift. You know, the boys out there, you know, they were grinding hard with the boys. And, you know, we went bar down and just selling all day now. So, you know, it's been a great event. And we thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, these guys won first place. So why don't you celebrate? Anyone? Scream, celebrate, push someone in the mud. Champagne.
Who fucking pushed me?
This is the Earth. The Earth is beautiful. Earth is where we play paintball. It is important to recycle in order to save the Earth. Do not recycle custom paintball jersey designs. Get what you pay for. Get a fresh original design at rosalife.com.
Hey. So right now here, it's all tied up at 3 apiece. Again, this is a race to 5 points in the D1 final. So these two teams fighting it out here, tied at 3. And right now the snake is hot for both teams, but a little bit better field position for Distortion again, as they're in the snake 2. But now, heading in to snake 2 is the Outlaws as well.
And Distortion, they lost one body on the break and then broke out from that Dorito side can out to the Dorito side corner. So now they have 2 bodies. Oh, and he just got shot. So scratch that body off the Dorito corner for Distortion. Just 3 bodies left alive now. Just under 4 minutes to go.
Huge
Trade my
point.
gun.
Huge point. Tied up 3-3.
Trade my gun now has a body here in the snake 3 shooting across the field. Mark Johnson behind him. That's Tyler Osborne again.
That kid's really fast, man. You know, I like the way they're playing this. Nice and slow, nothing crazy. And look at Distortion doing some surgery on the gun.
Well, the tough thing is it's not like you have a pristine grass little surgery area to work with. You're sitting in a puddle of mud.
I'd be like, timeout, wait a minute, timeout. Hold on a second. And we got a towelette.
Yeah, so he's just going to go, he's going to say forget the hopper and just start shooting balls one by one.
And that is legal. As long as you don't leave your hopper there, you cannot be at least...
No, you can actually leave your hopper now. We all thought that at the last event, but apparently they changed rules. They didn't tell us about it.
Okay.
And because I guess it's so when guys dive and the hopper comes off that they don't get called out for that.
Oh, I see. Okay,
which
fair
does
enough.
make sense.
Fair enough.
So that's why that rule was changed. So you can leave your hopper. It is disposable equipment.
Bob, but time ticking down, and for some reason in these divisional games, this 3 minutes goes a lot faster than it does during pro games.
2:39 to go, and Trade My Gun looking pretty solid right now as they're up 5-3. Now they're going to be up 5-2, so this point's most likely going to go to the Outlaws.
Now, what would you do right here, Ty? Would you just slow play it? You know, you think you're probably going to win this point, or I guess you can see the point, and you can just win it. I guess that'll work too. I mean, what theoretically, if you were in that position, 2 minutes, 25 seconds left, would you chill out and kind of slow play it, knowing you're probably going to win the point, or would you just get the point real quick and play it out?
You can. I mean, with 2:26, you definitely have enough time to milk the clock a little bit. But what you don't want to do is go trying to run people down and getting bodies chopped up. So, you know, just
that's when penalties happen.
Play it slow, play it smart.
Yeah.
You know, force Distortion to blow the buzzer so that you know, they can try and conserve time, get back into it. But you don't have to go and risk getting any penalties, you know, throwing the game away, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's one thing you definitely don't want to do. And we've seen a lot of that as people are going, like, running down the field. They start trading, and then you get hit in a hopper or something like that. They throw a major. I mean, there's so many variables that could go wrong, and that's one thing you don't want to happen.
Yeah. Well, Trade My Gun right now 1 point away from taking this D1 final matchup, and then we're going to get into the games that we're all been waiting for here. Art Chaos, VCK, going to be playing each other in the Challengers Division final. Both those teams are assured a spot But also, then after that, Impact is going to be playing Houston Heat, and Impact took second at the last one. Houston Heat looks really amazing here in this event, so definitely going to want to tune in for those games after the conclusion of this one.
Yeah, I'm excited. Definitely, without question. I mean, the 2 matchups in the snake, I'm looking forward to the snake battles. I mean, but don't take away from the other side of the field. Both these teams are taking the Doritos side of the field, getting down there really, really quick. So I think anything could happen right now. I'm really excited about both the Challengers division and also the Champions division.
Yeah, well, and again, you know, hey man, we're in a different game, but the things have changed. It remains the same. The game has changed. The plays remain the same. You got to get into the snake. You have to have a dominant snake presence. If you need more than one, you can't just have 1 or 2. And it's just the way that it's going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look at this field. It's prime. Here's on the break. Distortion coming out on your break right now. Taking one on the. That's a shot.
Yeah, so right now.
Oh, but both teams losing one on the break.
Bodies dropping.
Both. Distortion losing another body.
There's just bodies walking up everywhere right now, guys.
Sean Mink getting shot. Distortion still pressing forward. They got 2 bodies running down the Dorito side. Trade My Gun trying to come out to the snake side. Crowd going crazy.
Yeah, because the time's ticking off. 1:50 here, and it's 3-on-3. Oh, no, but the bodies drop quickly, and it's going to be Distortion's point. So Distortion pulling within 1. So we got ourselves a 4-4 game.
But you know what? This is me surprised.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, Distortion is an old franchise. They've been around for a long time, and lots of good players have come out. And that was the catalyst for Houston Heat was actually Distortion. And so it's not, yeah, exactly, Chris, not a giant surprise that Distortion stepped up, got themselves back in this matchup, and tied it up at 4 here with 1:30 to go. So could we potentially see an overtime period? We've seen a bunch of them already at this event. We haven't seen any one-on-ones because this field plays out pretty fast. Would love to see some. That would be awesome. But
yeah, right? That'd be so much fun right now.
Yeah,
but I mean, hey, we kind of got what we asked for here after all the other divisional final games were kind of, you know, not all that exciting. You know,
I don't know. I was pretty impressed with the divisionals teams. I mean, honestly. Oh, here we go. What do you think, Maddie?
Well, I just want to say congratulations to our winner watching PSP Chicago with the family, #PBA Live. So we'll be doing it at the next event as well. And, yeah, so it's at Molsonini 38. Molson, yeah, something like that. Anyway.
That's not my department, bro.
Molsonini 38. So thank you for everyone contributing to the contest. And so,
you know what? We saw a lot of cool pictures, man. We did. Families, anniversaries, cold weather, everybody from all over the world. Thank you very much for tuning in to PB Access for the webcast and jumping on in there with Todd, myself, Steve Rabikoff, I guess, and also Maddie Marshall, the head of the lead here. So, you know what? We're just gonna be right back after these matches. See you in 1 second.
Big special thanks to all the stats guys getting categorizing all the information for everyone at home so you guys can play fantasy paintball and win a GI Victus. And and also so we can determine who the best players in the world are. That's the whole reason stats exist. If you don't have stats, you don't have a sport, and that's another reason why it's, why we need you guys to contribute to the PBA webcast, because, again, every dollar that you guys contribute goes directly into the production budget, so we can keep doing this, so we can keep bringing you fantasy and statistics and all these awesome webcasts. So please help contribute to the success of the sport. And right now, 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, 4-4. 38 seconds before the start of this next, could be potential last point. I don't know. I think we're going to see an overtime.
I think we're going to see, well, I don't know. Trade My Gun, went up early, and we're winning those slow, methodical points. Distortion getting back in this game right there, just shooting bodies off the break. Again, this field all comes down to who hits their shots and who doesn't. So both teams at full strength, about to line them up, let it fly. Can somebody point on a board, put a point on the board with 1:30 on the clock? Trade My Gun going wide on the Snake side, wide on the Dorito side for Distortion, and they lose their wide guy on the Dorito side. So 4 bodies left alive, but into the 50 Snake goes Distortion. Trade My Gun.
Man, I love games like this, man. I love it.
Yeah, and that's why I like watching the divisional matchups, because a lot of times you get these really close games.
Oh, no, here comes a penalty, I think. It's going to, no, he's just walking him off. Okay, well, that's not going to be a penalty. He was hit, caught him out of the center. That's another one coming out for Distortion. You see on the right side of your screen. Distortion down to 3 players now.
And Distortion with the field position over here on the Snake side, though.
I'm sorry, 4, my bad.
But they're going to need to work together. Crossing it up right now isn't going to do anything. 40 seconds left to go.
This is going to go into overtime, guys.
3 on 3, 3 on 4, I mean, in favor of Distortion. Distortion with no push on the Dorito side. Trade My Gun sitting in their spots, just rolling their guns. Oh, no. Here comes Davidson. He comes out of the corner and gets to the temple. But even still, under 20 seconds now. Neither team really looking to mount a push.
Yeah, I think we're going to get that, we're obviously getting an overtime point. And if that overtime point goes like this point does, then we're going to get one-on-ones.
I want to see one so bad.
So do I.
Here we go, Distortion, Trade My Gun. But man, Trade My Gun was up 3-1 at one point, Maddie. Yeah, and just kind of threw it away.
Yeah, they were, and they weren't able to capitalize on any of the advantages they created for themselves. And so we are going to head into that overtime point here with the score 4-4. And again, next up, our Chaos is going to be taking on VCK here. And then after that, it's going to be Edmonton Impact and Houston Heat to find out who wins the second hardest tournament to win in the world other than the World Cup. So we're going to be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back here into the overtime period. It's Distortion against the Outlaws, D1. We're about to find out who we're going to crown the champions of the 2014 PSP Chicago Open here at CPX Sports. And on the breakout, looks like a body drops for Distortion. That could open things up for the Outlaws. Distortion moving on the D side.
So Distortion loses their snake attacker, but they do get out to the Dorito side this time, and they do have 2 bodies over there. However, Trade My Gun in the back center, also with 2 bodies on the Dorito side, all playing towards that side of the field. Only 1 gun on the snake side, and Davidson makes it into the snake, and he is sitting at snake 2, looking to get kills across the field. Distortion player now comes out from the corner and goes into snake 2. He's gonna mirror up with Davidson, draw the gun of the back center player from Trade My Gun. Back center player jumps out, gets into the snake can. And there you see Davidson on your screen. He's looking at Mike Kerr in front of him. Kerr up, shooting across the field right now.
Okay, guys, just sit here. Just hang out for 1 second.
Yeah.
I just want to see it one-on-one.
I want everyone to hide for the next minute and 47 seconds so we can see some one-on-ones.
On this field, though, I just don't see it, man.
Yeah, that's why we haven't
It's
seen
like dominoes.
That's why we haven't seen an we haven't seen a tie yet, and we haven't seen a game go, you know, honestly, what was the closest one in overtime? Maybe, I think it was...
I'll tell you right now.
There was that 2-second point, I think that was in regulation. Anyway, so right now, you're watching the snake battle go down here. And both these teams have players in the snake, but better field position for Distortion. But Distortion is
nice
down.
shot. Sorry, Maddie. I didn't mean to yell in your ear, but that was a great shot right there.
Mank dies, so that's really going to open things up for the Outlaws right now because they have 5 bodies. So I think they're going to be able to take advantage of this. Here comes.
Oh, but he gets him. He gets Johnson. I'm sorry, not Johnson. Davidson.
But can they hold off the attack for another minute and 4 seconds? It's going to be up to Mank and Murphy.
Oh, and he gets a crossfield too, shot, Maddie.
Oh, Mank and Murphy holding it down right now for Distortion. They're trying to save their team's chances in this D1 final matchup.
50 seconds left. He's going to get up and go. I know he is.
I don't know, man.
He's going to do it.
I think we're going to see some one-on-ones because Mank and Murphy have stepped up. They took out Osborne and Davison and threw their bodies away.
But see, Fred.
So Chris, unless we see another quick kill for against Distortion, if either Mank or Murphy get shot in the next, say, 10, 15 seconds, we're going to go to one-on-ones. But here comes Mark Johnson. I'm sorry.
Fred's going to go.
Who is that? I think that's Weinrob. Weinrob coming down the D side, and he's going to shoot him in the back. And here comes the hammer drops. He trades out with them.
It's a one-on-one, Maddie.
Dude.
Oh, no, it's 2-on-1.
No, it's not. It's not Mank. It's Kerr. Kerr is in here just battling like a wild maniac and just shooting bodies non-stop. Kerr is holding it down until he finally gets shot.
Oh, he gets shot in the face. 5 seconds left. He's not going to make it.
I don't think there's going to be 3, 2, 1. He's not going to make it.
No, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
He did not make it.
The refs are shaking their head. The hang is not good. The dive does not count. And we are heading to one-on-ones.
You know who's going to hit himself? Fred Berkeley. Fred Berkeley stands up thinking that Cody Mikowski took out the snake. He walks around pumping his hands and gets blown to pieces by Kirk. Walking around by Kirk.
Yeah.
Just standing there thinking that's what you get, man. That's what you get.
The crowd is chanting one-on-one, so a completely exhausted Mark Johnson is going to walk off, and he, unfortunately, though he gave it everything he had, still not enough. So how the one-on-ones work.
Wow.
The one-on-ones, man, it's a series of 5 60-second one-on-ones. The first to 2 is going to take home the D1 final here.
God, Fred.
Man.
Fred, I love you, bro. I love you, but that was, God, man, I would have went down and put it on him again. You got to check that off.
It wasn't in the bag.
You got to check that off.
It was not
you got to check it off.
In the bag.
Man.
I actually, during the lunch break, I was over there, and one of the guys, what team was
Chicago
that?
Warped.
Yeah, Warped. Chicago Warped. I was walking by, and he's like, hey, Maddie, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. I'm like, how'd you guys do? He's like, it wasn't in the bag. They took third, though. Chicago Warped has a first.
Congratulations,
They
guys.
have a first, a second, and a third.
Congratulations.
So far, so in D3. I think it's D3.
God.
I think it's
Fred.
D3. Yeah, they're in D3.
Fred, I just want to choke you, Fred.
Yeah, so wow. So we're going to have some one-on-ones here. Again, a series of 5 one-on-ones, the first to 2 wins. We've seen one one-on-one competition so far on Sunday in 2014. Let's look at this replay there. It's Mark Johnson. He only had about 3 seconds when he grabbed that flag.
The horn blew right about there.
Yeah, it was kind of similar to that Oliver Lang dive in that Dynasty infamous
Oliver's like
game.
17 feet off the ground when he dove, though.
Yeah, Mark Johnson completely exhausted, and look at Mark Johnson diving in.
Hey, God bless him.
Oh, man. Old man River going to need some Advil. You're going to need some Advil tonight.
Not Advil. He's just Vicodin. Here we go. Sure.
Everyone,
now it's a party.
Everyone is feeling the flow out there.
Now it's a party.
There you go, Seth. Let him have it, Seth.
Seth is listening to some. He's listening to some.
Camera 2. Camera 2, we got you.
Camera 2 down all day long. See, hey, that's what happens.
It.
Hey, that's what happens when you're into when you've survived 2 thunderstorms and you're into hour like 35 of the production.
And you have heat exhaustion.
Your shirt comes off and you're dancing. That's what happens.
He actually hears music right now. It's not us talking. He hears music.
Hey, I give it to Mark Johnson, though. He's the one that made that move down the Dorito side to get out the last player for Distortion on the Dorito side and then try and come all the way around here. Just didn't have the speed anymore to make that journey.
Even if you did have the speed, running around in this stuff is very, very. Even I. Okay, never mind. I don't look fast anyway.
Well, it sucks your energy out. So here they come. So who comes out first? It's going to be
Mikowski.
Jason Stipola and
Cody Mikowski.
Cody Mikowski.
That's a good pick right there. I'd pick Cody. I'd pick David Weinrob, and I'd pick Fred.
So Cody Mikowski on your left. There's Cody Mikowski for the Outlaws in this one-on-one battle here against Jason Stipola. So is it going to be Stipola or Mikowski who's going to win this first one here? Again, it's a race to 2 right now in this one-on-one battle for the D1 final. Tense moments. Mikowski on the top left-hand portion of your screen. Stipola. And the thing is, they only have 30 seconds. Oh, Mikowski gets shot by Stipola. So Stipola wins the first one-on-one, and he is going to hang that flag up. And he's going to have enough time. So just when we thought, I was like, wow, these guys are kind of just tucking into these gunfights right here. No one's making any moves. I don't know if that's what you should do. But when you have 5 of them to do, you know, maybe you do want to stalemate. No, you don't want any stalemates, but still you don't want to lose it. But Mikowski loses the gunfight.
And here's how I would do one-on-ones. And I played well at one-on-ones. I mean, I've done it forever. But me, personally, I will get up in their face. I'll be in the 50 in the first 15 seconds, and I want to be as close as possible. First of all, because I'm a horrible shot. Second of all, I want to get up in their face. I want to make them uncomfortable. So.
Yeah, and there's different ways to do one-on-ones, just like you're saying, Chris. Do you want to put the guy on his heels right away? Do you want to put the guy on his heels right away, or do you want to slow play it like the Stipola and Mikowski both were doing? But Stipola was able to get that shot in right now. So right now, man, Distortion is one-on-one victory away from taking this D1 final matchup here.
And Fred Berkeley, the one that actually caused this to happen, in my opinion, is on the field one-on-one against Aiden Murphy.
Oh God, Fred Berkeley's guns.
Oh, he gets it. Did he get him? Oh God, I see hands going up. I got excited all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, Fred Berkeley either had to turn his loader or his gun on right away. So if you're going to start a one-on-one, you kind of want to make sure your gun works to start out with.
Fred's a great paintball player. I had the pleasure of playing with him a little bit.
Oh, and he did.
Oh, nice shot, Fred.
So Fred Berkeley redeems himself and gets to tie it up. So that was huge right now for Distortion. No, I'm sorry, for Trade My Gun, because that is going to even it up here in these one-on-ones. So it's completely even in a race to 2 in this one-on-one battle.
Wow, you couldn't ask for anything better, man. I mean, Fred, I was saying, Fred is an amazing paintball player. He plays really, really good paintball. He's very aggressive. He's very smart. I mean, obviously, the last point, he wasn't that smart. But at the end of the day, hey, when it counts, he just made it count right there. I think this is David Weinrob, or no, Jordan Davidson, the one we saw on the Snake. Younger kid, plays really good paintball against.
Well, it's always interesting too to see who sends out. Like who do you send out? You know who the team thinks is their best players by who goes out to play the one-on-one.
But do the best players think they're playing good enough to get out there and get it?
Hey, yeah, but that's your coach's decision, man.
Yep.
It's a coaching decision, and if you get that call, you can't not take that honor. I mean, basically, you're the champion for the team at that point. And out of the 10 guys they have on the team, only 5 of them get to play, and the first one's the first to go. You know, those first 2 battles could lose it, so it's tied up right now. This could be it right here. Whoever wins this one, unless it draws out and we go to the next one. Nick Bouchard is on your left, and on your right. Bouchard on your right. There's Bouchard.
Oh,
Nick Bouchard.
Oh no, he gets shot.
Nick Bouchard takes the one-on-one victory, and also taking the win for his team. Jordan Davison getting shot out. Heading into that one-on-one, both these guys close on the kill count in the regular in regulation and in overtime, 4 and 5. So Jordan Davison actually had more kills, but you see Jordan Davison still, dejected on the field right now, Chris.
And let me put it this way: before they started that point, this is how I feel. Yes, you look at him. He's.
It's not Jordan Davidson.
It's not?
No.
I'm not sure. Who's number? It was number 14. I'm sorry. Number 14. I think it might have been David Weinrob.
You're right. It's not Jordan
David
Davidson.
Weinrob.
I think it's David Weinrob. And here's how I feel about this: is that yes, your team might think you're playing that good, but do you have the mental confidence in yourself?
It doesn't matter, man. I mean, you have to suck it up at that point.
Yeah,
The coach makes those decisions.
Yeah, but
based on who's playing best in the coach's eyes, you get that call to be the champion for your team and go out there and be the hero and win. Well, if you lose, whatever. But when you get that call, you can't say no.
But
it doesn't matter.
You're right.
I mean, you could tap out. But
You could say no.
What type of coward says no to that honor that you've been given by your team? You suck it up. You go out there and you try to win. If you don't, well, then you don't win. And it wasn't your day.
Yeah, no,
and it was not the day
for David Weinrob.
If it was
Weinrob,
Todd.
It was Weinrob.
It was Weinrob.
Yeah, Davidson.
And he's a baller, man.
Davidson was wearing a different jersey and different goggles.
And he's a baller.
I love it when they do that. It just makes it so much easier on us to call your
Yeah,
right
but
name.
I mean, I'm sorry, Maddie. I got to disagree with you on this. Is that when it comes to this stuff like this, I just think that there's some of these younger kids can't handle the pressure of these one-on-ones. There's so much pressure. I mean, me, I don't give a crap. I'm going out and shoot you in the face.
Yeah, but okay, well, whatever. Welcome to pro paintball. I'm not pro. Well, if you want to be a pro, welcome to high-level paintball. You know, the whole reason you play the game is to craft your skills so that one day you're the one getting it done for your team. That's sports. And to not take that, then you want to make sure you can't do that. But anyway, we're talking about it doesn't matter. Congratulations as they take the victory, and what a great game, Todd.
Yeah. Congratulations to Distortion. I mean, they earned it. They fought back. They were down points. They fought all the way back, took it to overtime, and then won in one-on-ones.
In a crazy battle.
Dude, I've been wanting to see a one-on-one all weekend.
Yeah, in their hometown.
I've wanted to see a one-on-one
here.
Dude, we want to see one all weekend, though, Maddie.
Yeah, we've been begging for it. We got it, and it was a great matchup. So congratulations as Distortion. As to Distortion. So as it looks really nice right now in the background, again, warning you guys, we do have weather headed our way, so we're trying to get these games in as quick as we possibly can. So pushing on to the matchup, and Art Chaos is taking on VCK in this Challengers Division final game. And then we're going to head in to see that Impact and Houston Heat matchup. So please stick around, let everyone know that the best teams in paintball are going to be throwing down right now. I don't know, Todd, who do you got in this one? I got to take Art Chaos, even though VCK beat him in the last one.
I agree.
That comeback that Art Chaos had to make it into this game against Infamous really, I think, toughened him up.
I honestly think this is going to be a 7-1 game.
Yeah.
No way.
Art
No,
Chaos.
that's not happening. No way.
I think Art Chaos right now, after the Infamous game, is pumped up, and they're not going to even let VCK breathe in this game. I don't think VCK is going to have enough, and I don't think this is going to be close.
Well, we're going to find out here shortly, about 2 minutes before the start of the first point of this Challengers Division final game here at the 2014 PSP Chicago Open. I'm Andy Marshall with Chris Osoya and Todd Martinez. And we are here at CPX Sports Park, man, one of the best paintball fields on earth. And if you haven't been to CPX and you're in the Midwest, you definitely need to make a journey, particularly if you want to come play an awesome big game. Living Legends is ridiculous, super fun.
Yeah, I bought plane tickets to Living Legends this year,
Yeah, I
and
was
I
gonna
couldn't
ask,
come
did you
at
go
the
to that?
last minute.
Yeah.
I was super upset that I didn't make it, but definitely had planned on it. Played Living Legends before, and it's a great time. We got Hanu from CPX actually in charge of Living Legends next year. So get in contact with him, see about coming. Please believe I'm going to be here. But we got the VCK Art Chaos game coming up right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.